After Balate Tree, we have arrived at Cambugahay Falls. This is the parking area, and it's hot as hell up here. And unfortunately, you got to go down a lot of stairs. And what's even worse is you have to come back up all those stairs. It's 10 pesos to come in, and they'll try to give you a tour guide, but you don't need a tour guide. Basically, all you're doing is walking downstairs and walking back upstairs. Unless, if you want to support the local community, you can pay for a tour guide, but you don't need to. And there's lots of water. And we'll probably be buying one of those on the way back up. Because it's, look at everybody coming up, they're all half dead. I'm telling you, man, it's Pattaya coming back up. You gotta pay our 10 pesos. Alright, so we just came down the stairs. Coming down the stairs is easy. Going back is another matter. And as you can see, this is Cambugahay Falls. The water here is really high compared to Lugnasan. So I think the problem with Lugnasan is they diverted that river to make that pipe, because there's piping all along the side of the road and they're doing a big water pipe project. So it looks like they took the water from Lugnasan, because the water here is the same. It's every time that I've come down here, it's been. See, this is the bottom falls area. They got swings and stuff, and they've really developed this quite a bit. When I first came here, none of this bamboo stuff was down here. And as you can see, there's a dong showing off his skills. He's got a tough life. This guy probably works here. Yeah, it's not bad. And we're gonna go over there, and I'm gonna change it to my bathing suit and do some swimming. I don't know if we're gonna do rope swings. I don't know if my back can handle that. But we're here, we made it. And there's water. Lots of water. Nice. Okay, so we're here on a Monday, and there's not that many people as compared to the last time we were here. We came on a weekend, and this place was literally inundated with Chinese and Korean tourists, and it was insane. But today is relatively not that bad. And we're gonna cross over here. And this, when I first came down, this was where I spent most of the time. It's a nice pool over here. And there used to be a rope swing right there where you could swing off into the water, but they've taken that down. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the next stage up. So we're gonna go up there. Duh, I'm like the worst tour guide ever. Never count on me for tour guide stuff. There's the bottom fall. Alright, and your worst tour guide ever. This is the top fall. This is where I spent most of the time usually. And they still got the rope swing there. And we're negotiating this treacherous path over bamboo bridges. This is really nice. This is picturesque. But I remember 6 years ago, the first time I came here, there was like nobody here. And it was pretty spectacular. But, you know, local communities have to survive. They got to make money. They got to feed their kids. And ecotourism and tourism is big. I don't know if I call this ecotourism though. I don't know. I'm just babbling. But here it is. So everybody gets their photos. And there's the swing. And they got a bamboo raft for hanging out under the waterfall. And I'm going swimming here, believe that. Okay, Chicha has volunteered to go in first. And then I'm gonna wander out there. Alright. That's my turn. I'm gonna put the waterproof housing on the camera. Okay, so we're at Tulapos Marine Sanctuary, and what's really cool about this place is it reminds me of like New England, because the foliage is all off the trees there, and just the way everything is kind of laid out. It just gave me a flashback to New England. These guys are drinking Tanduay. So good luck finding this, anybody. This is Tulapos Marine Sanctuary. You can see their faded sign over here, which you can barely read. It says Tu. That's about all you can see. And it looks like people are out there frolicking with something. Hopefully it's sharks and barracudas, but they also seem to be throwing rocks or something at each other.
Throwing sand.
They're throwing sand at each other.
They're Ilongo.
They're Ilongo. They're screaming in Ilongo. She recognizes the language. So hopefully this will end well. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so these are the rates here, and I'm going to give you a total of what it is. We're going to take a boat out, because I guess it's about 200 meters out to where the sharks are. And we got to rent all the gear and stuff. And I'm going to rent a pair of, I'm going to get some fins. So I'll give you a pila tanan in a little while. But we're down to Tulapos. Worst tour guide ever. And we still got to get back to Siquijor. So we got to blast to Siquijor after this to catch the ferry back. Alright, so I'm going to put the camera in its waterproof housing at this point. So next thing you're going to see, hopefully, is some sharks and maybe some barracuda. Wish us luck. We'll need it. Okay, so just finished the dive out on Tulapos, and it was great. Saw a bunch of black-tip sharks. That's the first sharks I've ever seen in the wild, so that was really cool for me. Plus, I'm afraid of sharks, so I kind of worked through my fear of them. We also saw a giant school of barracuda. I didn't even think they were barracuda at first. I thought they were just regular fish. We got closer. I'm like, that can't be barracuda. But it was barracuda. And we also saw an egret, and we saw a whole bunch of Nemos and dories and all that stuff. What you're looking at right here is Tulapos Marine Sanctuary. And it is one of the undiscovered treasures of Siquijor. It hasn't yet been hit with the onslaught of over-tourism. We're actually the first people today. Today's Monday. We're the first people out here today. And once the tourism crowd finds out about it, you're going to have the van loads of tourists from all over the world, mainly China and Korea, like everywhere else in Siquijor, coming down here and parking, and it's going to be a bit of a zoo, just like Oslo, because again, that's the only place that I've seen where there's schools of barracuda and black-tip sharks, and it's beautiful. I mean, you can just look at it, and this is basically like Kawasan was and Cambugahay was 6 years ago when I first got here. Not many people, and now when you go to those places, especially like on a weekend or in high season, it's just thousands and thousands of people. It's just elbow to elbow, and it's not much fun. But this place is beautiful, and it was well worth. It was 950 pesos. That's for the boat, the guides, the gear, all that stuff. 950 pesos, and it was well worth it. And now we're gonna head to Siquijor, and we got to catch the 3:40 ferry back to Dumaguete. So our time in Siquijor has come to an end. And again, just gratitude and appreciation for the beautiful weather we've had. It rained this morning, and the only downsides of our trip, we didn't get the spectacular sunset from San Juan. Usually you get one of those. The observation tower was destroyed, and they're rebuilding that. Hopefully it'll be a bigger and better observation tower. And there was no water at Lugnasan Falls, but I think the issue with Lugnasan is they diverted the water because they got that pipe project going on alongside the road all the way up to Lugnasan. So that's it. I've babbled on enough. This is a beautiful place. I love it. And see you back in Dumaguete. These guys are out. So we're back in Dumaguete City. Thank you, Siquijor. Thank you, all of Siquijorians, for your hospitality and your niceness and your kindness. We had a great time. I really had a great time. There were a couple disappointments, but hey, that's life, man. This is Ned and this is Chichai, and we'll see you next time on my Philippine Dreams. And there's something on the lens. We might have to shoot that again.
There is. Hey, baby.
Hey, we're home. Glad to see us. Oh, you missed us. Aww, you guys are so sweet. Okay, we'll come in. We'll feed you. Yeah, so that's all I want, food. Hey, if you consider our work to be of any value, consider supporting us on Patreon. If you're a Patreon, you get a free copy of my ebook, and we do monthly Google Hangouts. So consider doing that, if you would please.